Hey everybody, welcome to Lawyer Live with Matt the Lawyer. I am Matt the Lawyer, Matt Johnston, talking to you today about parity in contracts. So before we get started, I do want to remind everybody, hey, take an opportunity to click on the link on my webpage, mattthelawyer.com, and purchase my book that deals with contracts and how you can leverage your information, your knowledge about your customers to write your contracts your way. So parity in contracts. I've been dealing a lot with a number of contracts written by other lawyers, written by other companies who are engaging my clients on a variety of tasks and for a variety of purposes. And one of the things that often comes up when I'm reviewing these contracts is this notion of disproportionate responsibility. Now, when you are assessing risks that come with any sort of transaction or any sort of relationships, it is quite common to have the issue of disproportionate risk involved. So, for example, if you're dealing with a transaction where one party is carrying all of the risk of something going wrong, then any sort of indemnification provisions are going to have that kind of skew in favor or against one party or the other. But there are times when the risks associated with the contract are exactly the same, or so close that they really don't matter, that there's not going to be this disparate risk involved. And in that case, you really want to treat each party the same way. If you're treating each party the same way, you have parity. Parity in responsibility, parity in risk, parity in how the parties are going to handle that. So this came up in a client matter that I was dealing with last week and slightly a little bit the week before, dealing with a contract that had the same exact risk. Each party had the same risk. It was the same potential cost if it came about. So each party had a responsibility to ensure that they didn't engage in that risk. But the problem when you came into the indemnification provision, that is protecting the other party from what that risk could do to the other party, things were a little bit out of whack. They were a little bit asymmetrical. The company who was being engaged by the client, the company was looking at having control over everything that happens in an indemnification provision, including settlement negotiations and whether or not a settlement would happen. Now, this is fairly standard that the party who is responsible for defending an action in indemnification, they're the ones who are going to be bearing the risk, and they should have control over that. But if one party is going to have the ability to say no to something like a settlement, then the other party should have the same risk. If one party is going to be reimbursed for the expenses incurred in helping with the defense, providing documents, providing expert witnesses, providing kinds of knowledge, then the other party should have those same expenses reimbursed. And the problem with the contract that I was reviewing is that the company had all of these extra benefits and the client did not. So if you're going to be honest in your contracts and you're going to draft a contract that is honest with yourself, honest with your clients, and engages your clients in a respectful manner, you have to have parity. When the risks are the same, the rewards and the protections should also be the same. You can't skew it one way or the other. Doing so creates this distrust. And at the end of the day, you have to be able to trust, to a certain extent, the people on the other side of any sort of transaction. Because if you don't, what's the point? What's the point in engaging in that kind of transaction or that kind of behavior? So in the meantime, I hope everybody will take a look at the book. It's over there. You can click on the link and it will download it and send you the book. You can also sign up for the email newsletter. And please be sure to check out some of the other content that you can see on my webpage. Again, www.mattthelawyer.com. In the meantime, hope everybody has a great week. Go out and watch some live soccer. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.